This is the setup process to set up your MacMail. Click on the mail icon, which will open up your mail program. And then to add a new account, which is what we're doing today, click on File, Add Account. You'll be presented with the Add Account box. In the full name field, this is where you put what you would like people to see as the sender of the emails. You could put your full name, you could put your business name, or for the purpose of this process, I'll put the email address that I'll be using today, which is test@sitesnstores.com.au. The next field down, email address, is where you will enter the email address we've provided to you if you've not already put that into full name. The email address that we provide to you will generally be something at your web address. So for example, we have test@sitesnstores.com.au. Now before you proceed, make sure that you have checked that that email address is exactly as we've provided it to you. The next field down is where we'll enter the password that we've provided to you for that email address only, remembering that this password will not work for any other email address and no other password will work for this email address. Once you've put the password in, click on Continue. Okay, account type, we'll leave that as POP, we'll never change that, and the description is where you can identify this information. So you could choose to call it whatever you like, but for easy identification, I will keep it as our actual incoming mail server name, which is mail.sitesnstores.com.au. So mail dot. Your incoming mail server will be mail dot your web address. It'll never be mail at. There will never be an at in your mail server details. So the incoming mail server, this is where we actually enter the name of the server. So this is, again, I'm putting in mail.sitesnstores.com.au. For yourself though, this information will be mail dot your web address. If you're uncertain, let us know. Username. And now this is again where you need to enter in the email address that we've set up for you. So this will be test@sitesnstores.com.au. And again, before you proceed, make sure that you have entered that email address in 100% correctly. And the password is just once again the password that we have provided to you for that email address only. Outgoing mail server. Now, this will depend on your internet service provider. For example, if you're with BigPond or Telstra, it may be bigpond.com or mail.bigpond.com, but you will be required to test that. For the purpose of setting this connection up though, I will be using our own internal outgoing mail server. So I will be using mail.sitesnstores.com.au. You will not be using this. You will need to use the outgoing browser name for your internet service provider or ISP. No other information is required in this field, so I'll click on Continue. Okay, so this is where I can just check and make sure that the information that I've provided is correct. Account description, again, that's up to you. That depends on what you choose to call this account. For the purposes, though, of identifying it, I've chosen to call it the server name, which is mail.sitesnstores.com.au. The full name, again, this is what people will see in the sender part of your emails. You can choose to put your full name, your business name, or your email address. The email address must be exactly that we've provided to you, and the username is the same. Incoming mail server will always be mail.your particular web address. There is never an at in your server details, and the outgoing mail server will depend on your ISP, but for the purpose of setting this up today, we've used Sites and Stores' own internal outgoing mail server. You will not use that information. Always click the Take Account Online box, which means that as soon as you're ready to go, this will connect and start sending and receiving, and we'll click on Create to finalize the process. And there you go. You can see that we have a number of items in the inbox there, and that's it. That's the end of the setup process for MacMail.